Buckle up, folks, because we are diving headfirst into another nauseating episode of The Sussexes Save the World, but only if the cameras are rolling. Honestly, does it get any more pathetic than this? We are subjected to their constant whining demands for privacy. Don't look at us, leave us alone, right up until they need a PR boost. Then, suddenly, it's nothing but meticulously curated, soft-focus propaganda featuring staged domestic bliss, suspiciously pristine aprons, and forced manic grins that look less like joy and more like a toothpaste commercial on the brink of a nervous breakdown. So, here we go again. Meghan and Harry, the absolute patron saints of performative compassion, descended from their Montecito ivory tower to grace the peasants at our big kitchen in Los Angeles. But in typical Sussex speak, volunteering doesn't mean actual work. It means showing up with a full camera crew, touching a ladle for exactly 70 seconds to get the shot, and then dramatically vanishing into the Californian ether like a pair of eco-friendly smoke bombs. And of course, they dragged Archie and Lilibet along for the ride, because why waste a golden opportunity to expand the "yes, the children exist, please stop asking" merchandise collection? Let's really tear into this magnificent spectacle of charity by publicist, shall we? It's just another day, another desperate attempt by the Sussexes to cosplay as working royals while simultaneously insisting they left that life behind for privacy, freedom, and a fat Netflix check. They swept into this community kitchen dressed like they were auditioning for a Hallmark movie titled A Very Archewell Thanksgiving, complete with immaculate studio lighting that suspiciously resembles professional equipment rather than a candid moment. And look at Meghan. The woman is wearing a sleeveless top in November, because apparently in August she wears cashmere coats, but winter calls for bare arms. Make it make sense. She managed to glamorously ignore the single most basic rule of food prep hygiene: tie your hair back. Instead, she let it dangle like a silky guillotine over the unsuspecting cookies. But don't worry, folks, she wore gloves, so that makes it all okay, right? Meanwhile, Harry was over there rotating hats with the enthusiasm of a man who knows his only job on this earth is to look supportive and not speak. First the Archewell hat, then the event hat, then something else entirely. It's a veritable hat-based identity crisis. Call it Hatgate 2.0. It is genuinely jarring to watch. Then Meghan posts her carefully curated montage on Instagram, featuring photos that expertly obscure the children's faces, because heaven forbid we see them clearly unless the price is right. We get shots of cookie rolling so delicate it looks like they were shaping plutonium. We get a dramatic cinematic shot of chopped peppers for maximum aesthetic impact. And naturally, a group picture where Meghan and Harry are clinging to each other like conjoined lovebirds performing their signature double claw maneuver. And beneath it all, the nauseating caption, "Show up, do good." A noble sentiment? Please. More accurately, it reads, "Show up, get photographed, monetize it." The Archewell Foundation chimed in with their signature brand of corporate word salad compassion, describing the event in glowing terms that definitely weren't written under the shadow of a looming tax filing deadline. Let's be real, it's the end of the year. They had to shove something, anything, into the Archewell portfolio before their accountant started sweating bullets. Let's go back to the hygiene, because it is infuriating. Food safety regulations in California are not mere suggestions, they are rules. And yet, here we are with Meghan's hair cascading freely like she's filming a shampoo advert rather than spooning mints into meal containers. Every other volunteer in that room had their hair tied back and hats secured, looking like people who actually respect how a kitchen works. But not Meghan. She needed the white hat for maximum visibility and the hair down for the glamour shot. Her extensions were practically grazing the entrees. It's a rictus grin that screams, "I am doing charity, look at me!" Look how benevolent I am. Harry, to his credit, wore the gloves properly, but he remained one stray beard hair away from a violation. One gust of wind, and someone's rice bowl was getting a ginger fibre souvenir. And the children? The mysterious Archie and Lilibet, usually sighted only in grainy silhouettes or spotted in the wild once every presidential election cycle. This time, the photos show Lilibet sporting a braid, a historic first apparently, and Archie wearing something yellow in a blurry side shot. The kids appear placed with the calculated precision of museum artifacts, present but not too present, visible but not discernibly identifiable. You just know those poor volunteers had to sign NDAs thicker than Meghan's hair extensions just to be in the same room. While millions of normal families volunteer without transforming their offspring into background decor, this moment was not about helping others. It was about creating content, because nothing says raising our kids privately like dragging them into a staged charity line and posing them next to a pile of peppers for clout. Let us not pretend we haven't seen this exact playbook before. When the Prince and Princess of Wales volunteered at food banks, did they wheel in a camera crew like a BBC nature documentary team? No. They did something outrageous instead. They put the spotlight on the charity, not their own surgically enhanced jawlines. But with Meghan, it's a competition. If Catherine does something on Monday, you can bet your life savings Meghan will be there doing the same thing on Tuesday, but with louder music, more teeth, twice the jewellery, and a step and repeat wall of Archewell branding if she could get away with it. They aren't philanthropists. They are influencers dressed up as philanthropists. Meghan's grin throughout the montage is so intense it could light a small village. It is the smile of a woman who knows she is being photographed and must perform joy like it's a competitive sport. Some call it manic, some call it a rictus. Others say it looks like the final desperate squeeze of toothpaste when you're trying to get that last blob out of the tube. But everyone agrees on one thing. It screams, "Look how good I am," not "Look how good this cause is." And Harry? The man looked present physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. The jury is out. He has become the human equivalent of a background prop, wheeled out whenever Meghan needs, to complete the tableau of the domestic angel who bakes for the poor with her sweet ginger husband. His face seems permanently stuck in Windows XP screensaver mode. Someone help this man, or at least give him a beard net. The real heroes of this kitchen, the staff and volunteers who were there long before the Sussexes arrived, continued working while the Sussexes posed. "We'll come back tomorrow and every day after," they claim. "Sure you will." The Sussexes likely stayed just long enough to 1. Be filmed in slow motion. 2. Touch a single vegetable. 3. Let Meghan's hair dangle menacingly over multiple food items. 4. Snap the group photos. And 5. Pack up and vanish. Estimated time on site? 20 minutes. And that's a generous estimate. When you boil it down, this wasn't volunteering. It was brand promotion, plain and simple. Meghan and Harry's motto might as well be, "Why privately help when you can loudly be seen helping?" And so they brought the cameras, brought their foundation logo, brought a white hat so Meghan stands out from the rabble, brought their kids as accessories, and brought their toothiest grins. It's all image, no substance, like icing on an empty cake. Every kitchen in the Western world requires hair to be tied back. Every sane adult knows this. Yet here stands Meghan, hair majestically cascading like a Disney princess who wandered into a soup kitchen by mistake. Nothing says, "I'm totally a real volunteer," like ignoring the single most basic hygiene rule of food prep. One stray breeze and some poor Angelino is getting a long black souvenir embedded in their Thanksgiving rice bowl. Delicious. So what have we learned from this festive Sussex extravaganza? They copy the real royals. They show up for photo ops, not shifts. They bring cameras, not donations. They treat charity like a tax write-off mixed with an Instagram aesthetic. They are the human embodiment of pics or it didn't happen. And at the end of the day, sure, the people of Los Angeles got some meals, hopefully untainted by stray celebrity DNA. But the Sussexes, they got what really matters to them. Content. Content for Archewell. Content for social media. Content for maintaining the ever-fragile illusion that they are global philanthropists rather than what they really are, brand ambassadors for their own massive egos.